What's up guys, it's Josh back with another video, and today I wanted to show you guys how to upgrade your Ubuntu 20.04 to the latest LTS 22.04. So let's get started. So as I stated in the intro of the video, I wanted to show you guys how to upgrade your Ubuntu 20.04 to Ubuntu 22.04, and this will be the desktop edition, and it will also cover all flavors of Ubuntu, this process that I'm going to show you guys how to do with your Ubuntu system. So let's go on and hop over to my virtual machine. It has Ubuntu 20.04 installed, and I'll walk you guys through the full process of upgrading to the latest LTS. So let's get started. Alright, cool. So the first thing we need to do is just open up the terminal, and like I said, this is 2020. This is 20.04, and I'm gonna show you guys that right fast by running a simple command in the terminal. That way you guys can see that what I'm using is 20.04. So all you have to do is type lsb and then underscore release, and we can tab that out and then put -a, and that'll give us all the information about the current distribution that we're using. As you can see, it's Ubuntu 20.04 LTS. Focal is the code name. Now, before we get to the point of upgrading, I wanted to let you guys know that you want to run backups of your system. And what I mean by backups is your home directory mainly, because the home directory is pretty much where you keep all your configuration files, especially for the desktop edition, as well as all your documents, your pictures, videos, and all that good stuff is located under your home directory. And we can see it just by clicking on our file browser, and that'll show you all the files. Like you have your bash rc profile file, if you have VPN connections, and pretty much any other connection that's in here. So you can plug in a USB hard drive and copy everything from your home directory over to a hard drive for a backup if you don't do regular backups. Because sometimes, and this has been mostly in the past, I haven't seen it in the more later versions of Ubuntu where it fails during this upgrade process. It seems like they got this process down packed on actually upgrading from one long-term support release to another, but it's always good to have a backup. Now let's go down and execute our commands in the terminal so we can go through the upgrade process. And it's very simple to do. All we have to do is type sudo apt upgrade updates, and then ampersand sudo apt upgrade, and then -y. And I've showed you guys this in the past. Pretty much this is how you update your system, and this is typically how I update all my systems. I just run both of the commands together using the ampersand command in the middle, and that'll run each one of those commands back to back as long as they're successful. And as you can see, our system is 100% up to date, and you want to do that before you do the upgrade. That way you have the latest packages of everything on your system. Now, one other note that I want to point out to you guys, that your PPAs may or may not work. If you've added PPAs to your system, to your Ubuntu system, for software that you want to run directly from the maintainer's repository, and it may not work once you upgrade to the latest version, and it'll probably kill those connections. So just make note of those applications and find out how to install them or add the PPA. It may require like you adding a new key, or it may be the same key. And you can go through that process of installing those applications or third-party applications on your Ubuntu system. Now, the next command you want to run besides those, you can run sudo apt dist -upgrades as well, and just run that just to verify that you don't have any packages that needs to be installed on the system. But we're good to go, as you can see. Now the next thing we could do, we could just run it from here, but we could type sudo update -manager, and I'm gonna tab it out, and then -d and that'll open up our update manager. You'll see it pop up in a second. It'll check for updates, refresh the repository, but this is where you'll go to update your system. So it'll pop up with this box, and it basically says upgrade. So however Ubuntu 2022 is now available, you have 20.04. So all we have to do is hit upgrade, and that'll start the upgrade process for us. And as you can see, it'll pop up with the screen. It says welcome to Ubuntu Jammy Jellyfish development release. And then you can scroll down, look at the bugs. You can see the testing information, participation in Ubuntu, as far as if you run into any issues or whatever, they want to get feedback from the systems that it's running on. But all we have to do is hit upgrade, and that'll start the upgrade process. And it'll pop up, a couple boxes every now and then, but this is the main box that'll pop up that you want to look at. But basically, this will go through the full upgrade process, and it, like I said, this will upgrade your current version of Ubuntu to the latest version. So these are each one of the steps, and let me go down and read off each one of these steps. But it says preparing to upgrade, setting new software channels, so that's where it'll make changes to the repositories, then getting new packages, and then installing the upgrades, and then cleaning up, and then at the end of it, it will ask you to restore it. And as you can see, it's fetching all those files now. And just to show you guys, I don't know if it's gonna do it or not, but sometimes it'll show your terminal stuff that's going on. Pretty much you can look at what's going on in the terminal as you go through it, and that might not happen until a little later on, or since we ran it from here, it might just show it in the background. Yeah, so we good to go. Now it says do you want to start the upgrade? It says 4 installed packages are no longer supported by Canonical. You can still get support from the community. 13 packages are going to be removed, and then 224 new packages are going to be installed, and then 31 packages are going to be upgraded. So it's a lot of packages, and this will take a little time, and I'm just expanding that so you guys can see, but it breaks out all the packages based on what is stated up here. And then let's minimize the bag so we can bring, as you can see down here at the bottom, and sorry I had to kind of move things around in order to get it back up because I wanted you guys to see exactly what the buttons were at the bottom. But all you have to do is hit start upgrade, and it will start the full upgrade process. And sorry I kind of messed up the screen, but I just wanted to show you guys. It's basically my display settings, and then once you open up that actual dialog, it doesn't allow you to shrink it or make it smaller so it can be on the screen fully. But I think you guys get the idea. All you have to do is hit start upgrade, and that will start the process. And I'll actually be back when this actually finishes. So it'll take a little while on my end, but it'll only take a second. I'll be back in a second. Now this is my first time actually doing the upgrade to 22.04. So this is basically asking you about the services that it wants to restore. So all you have to do is you can click on it and it'll restore that service, doing a package upgrade without asking. And that's just for that one file. So all we have to do is hit next, and then it'll continue back with the upgrade. So I'll be back when it finishes. And like I said, this is my first time upgrading. I haven't seen this yet, but I'm actually don't send this information, but it did experience an internal error, but it looks like it may be still going. We will see. Yeah, it's still going through the process of upgrading, so that may be just an issue with 20.04, but once we get through this process and reboot the system, that may fix this error, or that error may not pop up again. I'm not sure, so we will see. Like I said, this is my first time doing this one. But I'll be back when it actually finishes. All right, cool. So something else popped up. It basically says upgrade to the Firefox Snap. So yeah, that's only if you want to, which it looks like you don't have any other option but to do this. So just go down and hit next on it if it pops up for you. It may not pop up for you if you have the Firefox Snap already installed. So yeah, all you have to do is hit next, and it'll hop back to the installer. Okay, it looks like another pop-up, and it's basically talking about a configuration file that has been customized that it will be replacing. So all you have to do is hit replace and it'll replace that file. Unless you did make some changes to this configuration file, it's best to just go on and take the file that comes with the maintainer's updated version of the software. So let's go down and hit replace, and then it'll continue going through our install. As you can see, I accidentally hit the terminal portion that's showing you the terminal information as it's going through the upgrade. So I'll be back when it finishes. Hopefully we don't see another pop-up, but it's all good. I'll pop back in if something else comes up. Okay, so one of the next pop-ups that will happen is a removal of obsolete packages, and you cannot see at the bottom the actual button, but it basically says remove, or you can keep those packages, but it's best to just go down and remove them. And then you can check out the details if you want to. That'll show you each package that's no longer needed on the system, and you can go through them if you want to, but the system should work properly. Now there are some applications or certain things that you can't open once you remove it, but as long as you got a backup of all your files, you should be good to go. Now let's go down and hit remove, and it'll go through that process. All right, cool. So the last step, it basically asks you to restart the system, restart after the upgrade, and then we should have 22.04. So let's go down and hit restart, wait for the system to come up, and then I'll show you guys what it actually looks like once we bring it back up. So boom, there we go, and it's awesome. As you can see, it automatically has all the images and everything for 22.04. so let's go down and log into this thing. It looks awesome, you know, as you can see, based on that review that I did a couple days ago, and boom, so we're logged in right now. I'm not sure why the background is gone, but we'll just check out what they have on there. A lot of times it'll install the newer backgrounds, and that might be why. Yeah, it deleted all the other file or the other backgrounds, so we can set it to the one that's used when you install Ubuntu 22.04. so good to go. Let's hit start, and boom, everything is good to go. You know what I'm saying? We have everything installed as far as 22.04. And let's open up the terminal right fast so we can look at the system. So we go and press enter, and then let's type lsb underscore and release -a and press enter. And as you can see, we have Ubuntu 22.04, codename Jammy. Now that's pretty much it on upgrading to 22.04. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This should walk you guys through how to get your system updated to the latest LTS of Ubuntu. And like I said, this works on all the different flavors. So Lubuntu, Xubuntu, you should be able to upgrade to 22.04 on those systems as well, following this same process. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, make sure you leave those questions down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. But I hope you guys have a good day, and of course, keep it techie.